chicken sandwich wars are really heating up now that we're including our local restaurants into the mix here. Last week, we actually went to Popeyes, which is one of the last chains in the area. It's the one that everybody thinks is the best around. Today, I found a local restaurant who's willing to say, F Popeyes. And that restaurant is called Elusive in Rensselaer, New York. This place is definitely off the beaten path. However, you could see it from the highway. It comes very highly recommended. A few people I follow on Facebook and Instagram talk about this restaurant all the time. And a brief scan of the menu shows that they're not just up to old tricks. They're definitely trying out some new stuff. So I'm really excited to check this out. So right here, I have their chicken sandwich, which they call the F Popeyes. I got to go to the notes for this one. F Popeyes. Crispy chicken, candied bacon, New York cheddar, marinated pepper mayo, dill pickles, greens on toasted brioche. I mean, just about everything about that sounds amazing, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get into the box here and see what we got. So this is the first time we have one of these style boxes. Let's see how hard it's going to be to open it up. And we got to get our hands dirty here. I ordered mine to go. It comes kind of wrapped up really nicely. You saw the box there. On the side, they gave me a bunch of different options. I can't even remember all the options. What I could tell you is I got some Cajun fries to go with it. And they actually hooked me up with some ketchup and napkins, which you guys know here is a theme that we've forgotten the napkins a lot in the past. So thanks a lot, guys. All right, getting into our unwrap here. I got a little story to tell you that I'll get into a little bit after we taste this sandwich. I'm buying myself a little bit of time because this thing is hot as hell. But getting into this, ooh man, it smells absolutely incredible. I honestly can't even believe this. So, without any ado here, let's bite right into this sandwich. I mean, it's killing me how good this smells. I want to bite with everything. So I got cheddar cheese, I got that aioli, got some bacon. All right, let me shut up and get into this. Wow. Oh, holy crap. We got to get another bite. There's just no other way. Jeez. All right, let me tell you, the first thing that you taste is that marinated pepper mayo. It tastes just like cherry peppers, that nice vinegary, it literally comes out and punches you in the face. Absolutely incredible. Everything else, this is, I would say, the ultimate version of this style sandwich. The chicken, you can taste all the seasonings and everything that went into the chicken. The breading kind of slipped off a little bit, but honestly, because you have so much going on with this sandwich, it really doesn't matter. This is one of those things where after a couple bites, it almost becomes like a fork and knife job just because it's getting so messy. The brioche roll that they're using, you can tell is from a really high quality bakery. It's not like those mass-produced brioche rolls that look nice and kind of shiny on top. As they were building it, and I'll get into this story in just a second, I could see that it was definitely something that looked a little bit more homemade, or at least had that homemade touch. You can see what I'm talking about here. It's basically non-existent as far as being a sandwich, but we're gonna try to go in for another bite here. Here we go. Part of the reason the breading is slipping off the chicken is because you have all that other stuff going on, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, this is just absolutely incredible. We'll try for one more bite here before we got to get seriously dirty. Pickle action. Now, if you followed this series all along, you know that the whole idea here is just go to a restaurant, pick up some chicken sandwich, eat in the car, basically call it a day. In this case here, while I was sitting there waiting for the sandwich to be made, the owner, who I'm connected with on Facebook but didn't recognize me just because we're wearing masks, you can't expect to recognize everybody, as he was walking out, complimented me on my shoes. That kind of led me to introduce myself, and then he actually was kind enough to invite me into the kitchen, where he actually showed me their operation and the assembly of the sandwich. And I gotta say, I was impressed. Kitchen was very cleanly. The staff there seemed hard at work. They recognized that I had a camera, obviously, but I came here just as they opened, and the orders were starting to pile in, and everybody was busy and accommodated me to come in there and film a couple shots of making the sandwich.
So this is how we do it, you know, in the restaurant, wherever. So pop it on there.
Oh, damn, that looks incredible.
So cheddar cheese, that's a New York cheddar. We use nice, deli style pickles. We pepper and sugar coat our bacon, fresh lettuce, and then the mayo. And we marinated pepper. Yeah, marinated pepper mayo.
All right.
And then we seal you up.
Sweet.
That's how she looks, all nice.
Incredible. We do have more to try here in that they gave me this paper sack that's filled with Cajun fries. Now I figured since Popeyes is like, you know, Louisiana style Cajun, this is the F Popeyes, so I would go with the Cajun style fries. I can't remember exactly what the other fries that they were offering were, but it doesn't matter. There were some homemade chips they were making there too, so here are the fries. Interesting because the shape of these fries is unconventional. The seasoning on those definitely has a nice little kick to it. Ooh boy, really nice kick. Definitely taste the Cajun styleness of it. The cut on these fries, it's almost like a homemade curly fry kind of thing. Really interesting. I've actually never seen anything like that. That's good. Another thing to note about this place, Elusive, is I don't know the deal behind the name. Elusive, you could take that to mean deceptive or something that always evades your touch or anything like that. So I don't know what to make of the name, but it's kind of a really cool place. Inside they had a nice little bar area and seating obviously for dine-in. I came right around lunchtime and it started to fill up with, I think, people coming on their lunch breaks. Here in Rensselaer, it's right across from Empire State Plaza in Albany. I don't know how accessible it is to come across the river. Here we have 787, which spins around, and who the hell knows what else it does. It's kind of interesting that this place is literally right along the access to 787. As far as the menu, everything else looked really creative on there. They had a Harlem-style chopped cheese that I think I really need to come back for. During the assembly of the sandwich, I noticed that they had to take a sizzle platter out of the oven. It was during that time that the cheese had been melted all over the top of my chicken sandwich. They put it on the bun that had a little bit of lettuce. I would say in this case here, the lettuce is really nice for the presentation, but doesn't do much for me aside from making it more sloppy than it already is. Not to say it's bad to be there, but I could take it or leave it. So then after they assemble with the chicken on top of there, they put the bacon, which is like a candied bacon. Definitely taste all of that coming through the entire thing. Then they put their pickles, which are like nice horizontal slices of pickles on top of it. A little bit of that sauce, and yeah, it was good to go. Let me tell you, as far as the local places that we've tried in this chicken sandwich war, I'm gonna put this one right at the top. We have Elusive at the top. Then we have Novo with their cold chicken sandwich, West Avenue Pizza with their original chicken sandwich, then Crave is kind of a little bit below that, but I gotta figure out some kind of tier ranking for these things. Make sure you're locked into the channel and subscribe. We're gonna do a live stream kind of going through all that for the chicken sandwiches, for the chains and for the local restaurants. And if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit it with a like down below. As far as comparison to Popeyes, I actually don't know how I feel about how this sandwich is named. It's not the same style sandwich that you get at Popeyes. I mean, obviously this is a sit-down restaurant. There's a lot more care that goes into each individual ingredient. So it's not technically your Southern chicken sandwich in the fast food sense of the word. But I think actually on the other side of it, the fact that it's called F Popeyes, if it wasn't called that, it probably wouldn't have brought me here. Just because there's so many places with chicken sandwiches on the menu, this is an obvious way for them to stand out because this chicken sandwich was incredible. Last time I tried the Popeyes chicken sandwiches, you can check that video out right here and let me know what you think in terms of the comparison of this with that Popeyes chicken sandwich. Try to go at this again.